Yo, what's up YouTube? Crash Wilcox here from Crash Wilcox Computers again. This time with another product review. So as you can see in front of me, I got two monitors. So that's what we're going to be reviewing this time. These are the AOC Agon 24-inch 1440p monitors. So kind of the reason behind this, I was just scrolling through Amazon and I sort of stumbled across these monitors. And for the price, it just seemed too good to be true. So I went ahead and picked up two of them just to see if this is actually worth your time and your money, or if it is in fact too good to be true. So like I said, scrolling through Amazon, saw these for $199 a piece, and just thought, man, I gotta give it a try. You know, one of the things that I kind of want to start doing and that I'm sort of passionate about when it comes to PC building and PC gaming in general is kind of the budget end of the spectrum. You know, I see reviews, i9-9900K review or a 2080 Ti review. Like, what's the point of reviewing that? Like, if you got $2,000-$3,000 for a PC review, go and buy whatever 2080 Ti you want. It's going to be the best. Go and buy an i9-9900K. It's going to be the best. Who cares what the review says, right? I mean, the reviews are good and I've watched them, and you know, you should watch them too. It's fun. If you're into computers, it's worth it, but there's nothing really to review. It's the best, right? So, same thing with monitors. If you want to have a good gaming monitor and you've got all the money in the world, go and buy, you know, whatever expensive monitor is on there that fits, you know, your inklings. But if you're like most of the world, you have a budget, and if you're like me, when I started PC building and PC gaming, you know, you have a budget, whatever that happens to be, $500, $1,000, and you start watching YouTube videos or going on PC Part Picker, and you're putting this computer together. You know, maybe you're starting out with a Ryzen 5 2600 or, you know, a RX 580 used on eBay. But before you know it, you stumble down the YouTube rabbit hole and you're convinced that you need a, you know, Ryzen 9 with a 2080 Ti, and next thing you know, you got a $3,000 computer and you feel like you can't game on anything less than that. And that's just simply not true. So I would like to be able to find more things like this, these budget-friendly options, and just see if they actually can hold up and be worth your time and your money. Because nobody wants to give $200 or $400, whatever it happens to be, for two monitors, and just throw that money away if it really isn't, you know, up to the standard. So these monitors, like I said, they seem good. 144 hertz monitors. They're 1440p, 1 millisecond response time. They're G-Sync compatible through FreeSync. So, I mean, again, reading through that, you know, most monitors that you're going to find of these specs are a lot pricier. So we're going to go ahead and get these things unboxed, run through just one of the unboxes just so you can see what that looks like, and then we're going to get it hooked up and just kind of run through maybe a game or two. This is going to be terribly intensive. I'm not going to go through all the specs and the inner workings of these. There's a lot smarter people that can do that for you. This is just a guy using some monitors and giving you my thoughts on how they perform. And I'll be honest, if they aren't up to the standard, then I'm not going to recommend them. But if they are, then, you know, hopefully you can go out and grab a nice, cheap, inexpensive monitor, get you to that 1440p, you know, take a step up from that 1080p gaming, and these will be worth your money. So let's go ahead and get these things unboxed. Alright, so like I said, I'm just going to open up one of these, and they're the exact same monitor, so we're just going to do this one real quick unboxing, then I'm going to go ahead and get it hooked up, and then like I said, run through a game or two, maybe run through the menu a little bit. We'll see what we do. But here we go. Like I said, 144 hertz, 1 millisecond response time, other stuff, sure, that it says it has. So we'll just go ahead and get this thing open. Pictures of how to open it? Sure. There's All right, so looks like maybe the back plate, we'll see. I believe this is, I believe it came with, yeah, HDMI, and then also display port. So that's kind of cool. It comes with HDMI and display port for whatever you're trying to get into. This right here, I believe, is essentially, it has a controller for the menu system. So you can either use the monitor or you can hook this up and just run through the monitor setting or the menu settings like this, which I think it's a unique feature, I feel like, but that's kind of cool, I guess. If you don't want to reach under the monitor and mess with that, you can just have it right there next to you. The stand, or the base of the stand at least. Power brick right there. And then just power cables and whatever this is. Yeah, just more cables, a quick setup guide. And then here is the rest of the stand. Start opening this stuff as we go. And it's pretty hefty. I mean, for a $200 computer, this thing is pretty heavy duty. I mean, it's all metal frame. I'll go ahead and get this open too. I don't want to short you guys on the unboxing here. Again, all metal, pretty heavy duty. So that's nice. This is going to be a pretty heavy monitor. And then here's the actual monitor. So there it is. This thing, I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's kind of cool. It's like a headset holder. You can fold that down and hang your headset off the back of there. There's the back plate. Now obviously looks are subjective. I'm not a terribly big fan of this big red racing stripe. I don't think it's terribly ugly. But you know, black and red isn't really my color, but it's not too bad. Then you got your normal, you know, USB, your mic, your headphones. And then coming down here on the bottom, you know, more USB, HDMI display port, all the normal connections. And then down here is the menu buttons. And then just flipping it around the front of it. Hoping that's plastic. So just nice. Relatively narrow, I mean outside of the big, you know, red racing stripe here, but relatively narrow monitor. This isn't all that heavy compared to what the base is. So there you have it. Like I said, now we're going to go ahead, get the rest of this unboxed. We'll go hook it up and start maybe running a game through their Call of Duty or Borderlands, something like that. Let you guys see how it looks. All right, so pardon me, YouTube, but my computer setup is sort of a mess, but that's just because I'm sort of in the process of fixing the house up and also just throwing this crap up here so I can finish this video. So here we go. Got the dual monitors are set up, and you can see right here. Sorry, I'm just filming this on my phone. but 1440 resolution. And then, like I said, this is G-Sync compatible through FreeSync. So G-Sync is enabled. So that should be pretty nice since I am using a NVIDIA graphics card. And then also, like we said, it shows G-Sync is enabled up here, if you can see that. But then moving down here, oh snap, where'd the menu go? All right, so got the little remote here, which again, it's not the sturdiest material on the planet, but hit it, pops it up here. And when you come over to the extras section, you can see right down here again, resolution 1440 and FreeSync is enabled. So that's showing you the G-Sync is enabled through FreeSync. So this is a G-Sync compatible monitor. So that should help us out when we're gaming. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hit 144 FPS on some of these AAA titles, but we'll go ahead and jump into a game. You guys aren't gonna be able to see much, I suppose. I'll have MSI Afterburner up there and then just kind of show you what these look like. Alright, so here we are, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You can see I got MSI Afterburner running up here. Just jumping in here to the graphics. You see, yep, that's what we're using. 1440. And I haven't really changed much of this, but running everything on high. Got ray tracing is enabled. So there's that. We're just going to run in here real quick, just run through a quick multiplayer. Alright, so we're in here now. Just going to grab some guns. I'm not the world's best Call of Duty player. This is probably going to be brutal. But you can see up there in the top left, running my i9 9900K just at stock. Don't have this thing overclocked. Who's this fool think he is? Running around here with a knife. And you can see, yep, about 70 FPS. 66, 70 FPS here on 1440. So I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, like I said, got a 2060 Super on here. Doing pretty well. I mean, the 2060 Super isn't necessarily a great 1440p card. I mean, you probably want to be more in the 2070, maybe a 5700 XT range, but I think 70 FPS on a brand new AAA title is pretty good. So then I'll just try to get mugged a few more times here. Yep, sounds about right. So we're going to jump out of this. Alright, so we're in here now, Borderlands 3. And then just jump down here. And this is how I play. I mean, everything's just on high, so that's how I'm going to run this. I don't know if anybody out there is playing on Ultra, but I normally play on high, so that's just what I'm going to leave it as. And again, haven't changed anything. Alright, so that's the Borderlands 3 benchmark. We'll jump back in here and see what we got. So 81 FPS, that's actually better than I was expecting it. I mean, this is 1440p, so I think that's pretty good. And then just to touch back on what I talked about, obviously an i9 9900K is a bit overkill for a 2060 Super, but for a 2060 Super, getting 80 FPS on Borderlands 3, high detail, 70 FPS Modern Warfare on high detail on a 1440p monitor, I think that's pretty good value for the money. I mean, obviously this may not last you for 2-3 years on this graphics card, but if you want to just get into it right now and you got money for a 2060 Super, or something to that effect, I think it's well worth your money. I mean, playing this game at 80 FPS is fine. I mean, you could bump this up to Ultra and you might be getting, you know, 70s. So still very playable. But there you go, man. That's the two benchmarks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you got anything to say about these monitors. $200 a piece, 24-inch 1440p monitors, 1 millisecond response time, 144 hertz, G-Sync compatible. Overall, I think it's a pretty good value for the money. Let me know what you guys think. See you. Alright, so I was messing around with this monitor a little bit and messing around with my graphics card a little bit to see what I could get boosted for this game. So jumping in here on the menu, if you come over to the game settings and you move down here, they have this game mode, and it has FPS, you know, RTS, racing, and it'll adjust your overdrive settings and different things. So putting it here into FPS mode, because that's what I'm about to do, just seemed like I'd gotten a decent little boost in FPS playing Modern Warfare, so I'm going to see if I can replicate that here. Alright, so yeah, now we're jumping into this gameplay. So we've set up FPS mode on our monitor and just did a little subtle GPU tweak, I guess. And as you can see, we were running this game at about 70 to 75 FPS, and now we're already sitting here high 90s into 100. So I'm not sure what the FPS function does for this monitor, or if it really does nothing and that was all just GPU tweaking that is making this jump up. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any idea of why this is looking and performing so much better. But either way, a 20 to 25 FPS jump is, you know, that's pretty substantial. I thought 70 to 75 FPS was pretty good in 1440p with a 2060 Super, but we're getting 100 FPS in a AAA title, then, I mean, that's pretty fantastic. So as you can see, I mean, it's not steady at 95 to 100, but it's pretty consistently up there. So I think that's pretty good performance. And, you know, don't judge this on how poor I play Call of Duty, but just on the little performance. And I haven't tested it in RTS mode or racing mode or any of that other stuff. I haven't manually tweaked any of the settings. This is just, you know, that simple FPS button. So now I'm just going to bounce out of here and finish this up. Alright, so we got the full monitor put together, and this is it. So like I mentioned before about the headset holder here, I think it's a pretty nice touch. I mean, you don't have to use it, I guess, but I find it convenient to just have your headset right here. And then lastly, so this monitor actually has a pretty decent amount of like flexion and maneuverability on it. You know, even side to side, you got a decent amount of range, and then also up and down, you got a decent amount of range. So a lot of adjustments that you can make on this, but the one I like, and not for everybody, but it does have a landscape view on it. So if you're, you know, into reading documents, whatever happens to be, you have this option as well. So that's a pretty nice touch. So again, just overall, I know I mentioned this when I first started the video that I would let you know what I thought, my final impressions. And for $200, I think this thing is well worth your money. Like I said, the build quality feels good. It's sturdy, heavy, all metal frame. The picture quality is good. A lot of features in the menu. And then just, you know, nice little touches, a headset holder, landscape view, a little remote control, which, you know, if you want to use it. It's just a lot of nice little additions. So it's not going to be the best 1440p monitor out there. It is a budget monitor, but if you're looking to get into 1440p gaming, I think this is worth your money. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now obviously you can get better, and if you got the money for it, just go ahead and maybe step up to a better monitor. It is flat panel. I kind of like curved personally, but it's a flat panel monitor and it looks fine. It's also a TN monitor, I believe, which I know gets some grief as far as like viewing angles. That's one of the complaints. But I mean, honestly, it's a gaming monitor and nobody's gaming at a 45-degree angle or greater. So it's a little bit ridiculous to talk about viewing angles on a gaming monitor. You're going to be sitting right in front of it and the picture's going to look just fine. So overall, if you see this thing for $200 or in that price range, I think it's worth your money. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this monitor or just about me in general. I'd appreciate it and I'll do my best to respond. So until next time, see you.